Yo, what is going on, guys? Sparse here, and today I'm going to be bringing my very first After Effects tutorial. This is my actual official After Effects tutorial because the last one that I did was basically like a semi After Effects, semi in Call of Duty, and yeah, so that was the previous one was how to make basically just cinematics, and this is gonna be using that, and I'm gonna implement like some new techniques here. So let me pull up an example of what I'm gonna be doing for you guys today. If I go over to Finder, then I go to here. Let me go to my sniping folder, over to done montages, and then if I go to the Dare Editors RC, yeah. So right here, after this intro, let me just scroll. Okay, so right here, as you guys see on the bottom, you can see all those like floating rocks. I'm gonna cover the portal maybe in a separate tutorial. It's pretty simple to do actually, and yeah, so anyways guys, so here it is. So I already pre-recorded my cinematic. If you guys don't know how to do that, you can go back into the editing or the tutorials playlist, and then you can watch that tutorial. I have a cinematic here. This was actually recorded on the Xbox One, that's why it looks so crisp. It looks actually really nice. The colors are like really deep and dark, like the shadows are perfect. Anyway, so I already motion tracked it. For those of you who don't know how to do that, it's really simple. Go here, right, track camera, and then just let it run, and it should be fine. So you guys can see there's points. Most people, what they like to do, like to go here, you gotta click that and then right click on some points, or like say select I don't know, all these points, and just create null or something. But what I just like to do, I just like to press this button right here, create camera. I already have that. And by the way guys, all of these are just extra things. I'll enable that for you later so you can see what's happening. But for this effect, basically what you need to do is you need to go to solid. Yeah, you need to make a new solid here. I'm gonna call this floating rocks. And it's really simple. This effect is actually really simple. So I go over here to element, and you know, just throw that on there, and then so you're gonna be able to see it normally. Custom layers, I'm gonna go to custom texture map, so then the rocks kind of get the lighting and like the mood from the actual cinematic. So I'm gonna go to the freight opening cinematic, and yes, I already have that. And then I'm gonna go to scene setup, and so this part is actually pretty simple. From here, I'll go to starter pack, scroll down a tad, right here, floor fracture. I can never say that right. Floor fracture, and then so as you can see, this is just a regular square, the floor or whatever. And so I'm gonna go. You can get pro shaders. It's pretty useful. And so I'm gonna go to stone here. I used this one. I was trying to make separate passes, and yeah, so this is what I came up with. If I go to environment and I choose the custom layer one again, so you guys can see it kind of changed a little bit. So and if you unclick draft textures basically just makes it look more of a like less quality. If you guys can see, like over here, you can go from full to like third. That's basically what draft textures are. Just make it a little worse quality. So right here, you're kind of confused. What the hell is this doing here? You need to go to group 1, particle replicator, and I'm actually gonna go here to toggle switches / modes, and change this to 3D so I can move it in 3D space. And then I'm gonna move this down a tad, a little back, so like right here. And then this is like where everything happens. You need to go to particle look, multi-object, enable. This is gonna pull up tons of options over here, but it's actually, don't get like, you know, bewildered by it. So right here you need to move down to scatter XYZ, and then move like scatter the X a little over. Like you see, as you can see, it's already, the rock's already breaking it up. So you can hold shift to actually just make things move faster. Basically, shift is just, you can use it for anything, just to like make things move faster. Sometimes in After Effects it will just move really slow. So here, move the Y axis, like distort it a little higher so it looks a little more randomized. Move the Z axis a lot because you want it, like in my edit I made it look like all over the place, and then so you just need, for the Z axis you just needed to have it flying all over. Then for size, I'm actually gonna turn the size down a little. Those rocks are way too big. I don't like that. I don't like them that big. I had them a little smaller in my edit, and then you can change the size random. I'm gonna put like 0.5 or something. So just a tiny bit. Actually, I'm gonna change it to like a 1. They're just a tiny bit randomized, like real rocks would. And then so if I float through the scene, if I move through the scene, as you can see, the rocks end there. I mean, it's pretty simple really. And then so if I distort it some more on the Z axis, yeah, Z wise, it moves even more back. And so if I just scrub through, like right here where the rocks, this is actually something kind of weird too. If you actually turn off 3D, it's gonna stay in the same spot, except this it's kind of weird. But like, yeah, so just turn on 3D first. I don't know why it does that. Just turn it on first, work with it, place it where you want, and then turn off 3D. So it makes it look a lot better. And then also what you guys can do, you can keyframe rotation. If you go to random rotation, it moves all of them. So I'll undo that real quick. I can keyframe this, and then if I go to my floating rocks, click on there, press U to show keyframes. So then I can go to like the end of the, or like the middle, or let me go over here where you can still see them, and then I'll just move this like over there, like 69 or 79. And then so what that's basically gonna do is just gonna make the rocks have some life. They're gonna kind of rotate around, make it look like they're, you know, floating in space, which makes it look pretty cool. So that's basically the gist of the idea. It's really simple. And then what you want to do for cinematics and go scale up to 126, and then that makes it, you know, bigger. And then I'm gonna enable all of these layers. This is all the color correction, so you guys can see I have some like color correction from Nordic, and it looks pretty cool. I kind of tweaked it a little bit, and yeah. Also, if you guys want to add a sharpen, I usually change like sharpen to like 29. If I disable this real quick, you can see how like on the fence, if you look to the fence on the right and left, it's like it's a kind of a significant you know, difference there. Looks pretty nice. I always use it because it just makes everything look better, sharper, as the name implies. I have some flares on the top over here and on the bottom just to add to contrast with the, if I take them off, it kind of makes it darker. So, you know, I just have flares there to kind of contrast with the blue color correction. So you guys, also what you can do, you can go select all these letters, press T for opacity, and then I changed it down just a little bit because the CC is kind of like, you know, it's a little bright. So you guys, I'm gonna be working on Animal Burn. He's a member of Animal. I'm gonna be working on his episode. Hopefully I can put it out in the next week or so, next 2 weeks. It's gonna be pretty cool, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like, rate, favorite, comment, subscribe. I mean, rate, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, guys, thank you again for watching. This has been Sparse. See you guys in my next tutorial.